Hi, Irene Marot, and it's the 16th of August 24. Very hard to talk about art and your practice without being cliched and repeating paradigms, but I'll give it a whirl. So, as you can hear, I hail from Merseyside, although at drama school they did try and delete the accent, and as I haven't got an obedient cell in my body, that didn't happen. I probably would have had a more expansive career if I'd complied. But my father's from Mauritius and my mother's of Irish descent. So they were both very colourful, passionate people. And I had a childhood, noisy, boisterous childhood. I was on a trajectory for art school, but then happened to be put in the school play, Thornton Wilder's Our Town. And my head was turned, maybe because I was at an all-girls school and we were suddenly allowed to mix with the boys, but I ended up training as an actress, and that was my career. We didn't have any books in the house, and I don't remember any paintings either, but I was an absolute avid reader. So when I wasn't tearing around outside, I was always caught reading. And I think that's most probably my thing, actually. Stories. I love stories. Myths, legends, people's stories, paintings with narratives. I didn't paint again until after my son was born, when I was 42. I was suddenly compelled, with an unexpected ferocity, to paint. Interesting, yeah. And finally went to art college at 55 and finished my MA at 60. So my biggest influences, I've had to shorten this list. Okay. Philip Guston for his courage and reinvention. Richard Diebenkorn, especially for the suggestion of giving notes to myself on beginning a painting. And he says somehow, don't be bored. And his ability to flip with seeming ease between figurative and abstraction. Joan Erdley for her wild expression and the ability to depict street kids without sentimentality. Wilhelm Hammershøi for his simplicity of form and creating a universe from the back of a single person in an interior. Felix Vallotton for his drama and storytelling with flat painterly palettes. Hugh Donoghue for his luminosity of colour. Peter Lanyon for the vitality in his drawings. Hélène Scherbeck for her surfaces, from her scraping away of the paint and revealing other surfaces. Jennifer Packer for her freedom of mixing things up. Lynette Yiadom Bukai for her audacity and celebration of being black. Piero del Francesca for his brilliance and Japanese woodcuts. And I could go on, but I won't. So, regarding the next question, what am I focusing on now? Well, I live in a farming village on the South Downs, and I've been surrounded by animals for about the last 28 years. And the animal kingdom is a continual source of muse for me. I'm rather despairing of the human race, but have huge respect and infinite curiosity around animals. And we have 5 bulls in the village at the moment, and I'm working with them. And I'm trying to look at them in a different way than culturally what's expected of them. They behave very different. They're affectionate with each other, docile, hang out together, lie leaning up against each other, licking each other. And one calf was orphaned and given to a cow for her to feed it, and the cow would only feed the calf if this one bull was in the field with her. Anyhow, there's an absolutely absorbing life amongst animals and the animal realm. So I will carry on exploring how to notate this into my work. The early cave paintings actually have been a huge influence, and there's a quote by Picasso who says, "After Altamira, all else is decadence." And I understand it, having seen images of the early cave paintings. They're extraordinary. My own dog, Bosco, very large brown Labrador, who's now 14. Actually, that's Guinness Book of Records for a brown Labrador because they're the runts of the breed. Anyway, he absorbed my grief when my mum died. So I got a very complex relationship with him, and he's a great source of influence, and I think he's in every one of my paintings. Yeah. So what's the biggest challenge of being an artist? Keeping a cash flow and keeping the faith, simply. And what advice would I give to my younger self? I would definitely sharpen up and get things quicker and not to be lazy. Regarding unconventional mediums or techniques, I think not really. I worked with stained glass for a while, as I do love such stained glass. And although I was rather pleased with the outcomes, I haven't revisited it. And I think that's mostly because of the process. It's too harsh, and I most probably miss paint. I work with complete silence. My head's busy and I can be chaotic, so quiet is integral to my needs. And I think I'll always begin my practice with a meditation, hopefully to put me back in my body rather than working from a busy brain. Somebody wrote the most accurate and profound description of my work. I was quite moved by it actually, and I did copy it, but I can't find it. So regarding best reactions to my work, I showed in the Royal Cambrian Academy Exhibition 21, and I was given the Selector's Prize, and I was very flattered by that. What do I hope people will take away from my artwork? That's a hard one. But at the very least, I hope their curiosity has been aroused, and possibly what they considered familiar, mundane even, is seen with a new perspective. For the next year, I'll be working with the Terps off-site painting course at Hastings Contemporary Gallery. There's no qualifications, it's a mentoring course, and to help, again, mix things up, hopefully. And in September we're involved, we're exhibiting in the church, Iford Church, during Lewis Art Wave, and that's always very jolly. And My Instagram is Irene Marot, M-A-R-O-T, artist, and website is irenemarot.com. Thank you.